I'll go tall.
Oh yeah, go tall. I'll go short. I want to get closer to you.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Yep. And you hear both of us? Good. Well, thank you for having us. I'm Tim Brownell, and this is Susan Hubbard, co-presidents of Eureka, and we're really happy to be here. Thank you for having us. So we hope that we won't waste the next 400 seconds of your time while we talk to you about why waste does not exist. There is no such thing as waste.
Right, and it's just obvious to you that that's true, and you know that yourself, so that's why we're hoping this isn't a big waste of your time. But it's nice every once in a while to get with a group of people and all reaffirm for each other a very deep and very meaningful truth. And so that's what we're going to do for the next 400 seconds minus whatever I just wasted. So now we're going to talk to you. First of all, has anybody out there ever heard of the zero waste movement? The new movement called Zero Waste. A couple of folks have heard about that. Mm-hmm. We think that was a pretty good idea, but we think that it's a waste because there really isn't any waste, so there's nothing to subtract from.
So we actually, when we talk about recycling, we think about recycling. To us, recycling is kind of like the same as changing out a regular light bulb and putting in a new fluorescent light. And really advanced recycling is turning off the light bulb, just not turning it on at all. But actually, we're really trying to talk about a concept, which is why turn on the light at all? Why change it? Why not open the blinds? We aren't about a revolution. We aren't talking about a revolution. We're talking about a revelation, which is really the concept of what is waste. Waste doesn't exist. Let's follow the order of nature and how nature deals with it.
Right, which is really kind of incredibly boring for people because zero waste, there's always something to buy. There's always another product, so now we need to get a compost bin or we need compostable cups, and we provide that because we're about creating opportunities to get people along the way to, like whatever kind of silliness we have to do, super silliness actually, to get people along to the next step where they actually connect with the fact that they are a part of nature. And there is no waste in nature. We all sit around and we go to the woods. We sit in the redwoods if we're lucky enough. Some of us have to run a business, but some of us get to go to the redwoods. And we sit there and we know that there is no waste when we're there. But we say that's there, that we're not a part of that, we're separate from that. And at Eureka Recycling, we're trying to create opportunity like tonight to so that you can have the same experience that we've had, is that we are a part of nature, and in nature there is no waste.
And we do it, a lot of times we do it through words, and a word that you hear every day is garbage and trash. And garbage and trash are nondescript. Garbage and trash are inevitable. We want you to actually think about that thing in your hand. At the point that you get rid of it, it's not garbage, it's not trash, it's a discard. And at that moment of discard represents a choice. What do you do with it?
Right. So 5 years ago, Eureka Recycling, we were an organization of about 30 people. We actually started more than that, but about 5 years ago, we're like 30 people, and now we're over 100 people. Just as a nonprofit, we don't take any grant money either, because we're trying to demonstrate that you can do this in this paradigm of consumerism and capitalism. Not because we believe in it, because we don't believe in it, but we're using that as a model. So we're not taking grants, and we're running this corporation, and the owl is for a friend of mine. But we run this corporation, and we say, okay, we're capturing more discards than ever because people are actually really connecting. Everybody that we have talked to has connected with this idea that there really is no waste. So what's the deal about being here tonight, really? You knew this. You're just, we're revealing it, but you're going, yes. Okay, here's the fact, is that we need your love and support really, really badly. Because what we're trying to do is sort of challenge a huge status quo of capitalism and consumerism, which the butt end of that is waste. And there's a big fight over the waste because that waste actually is worth money, and people are fighting over it. And we're trying to push forward with composting and doing some of the things that you see here tonight, but there's a huge pushback. And this green wave, it looks just like a marketing ad. in a lot of ways to us. And so we're asking you to sort of love and support what we're doing. We need your love and support. We don't need your money.
And I think, the question becomes, well, how do we do this? How do we try and create that paradigm where people think and can believe and can experience that there is no such thing as waste? And we do it through programming. We do it through, we're really fighting this fight against garbage companies, about people who have vested interest and deep money interest. I was reading a fact just yesterday that the waste industry in the United States is worth $50 billion. $50 billion. So we're trying to get people through programs, recycling programs and composting programs, to put as much material as possible into those different streams. And the moment you do that, when you're really fully engaged and fully making decisions with your discards, then you start to see what's left. Then you start to see what's unnatural, what isn't in a system, what is waste. And at that point, it's about design. In design, we can start to make decisions about what we'll buy, what we won't buy. We can enact legislation about producer responsibility, but producer responsibility is one way. There's purchaser responsibility, and that's personal responsibility. We can make our own choices about what we'll buy and what we won't.
Right. So to wrap this up, I'm just going to say my own personal pledge is that, as much as I love coffee, or coffee loves me, I'm not quite sure about that. Anyways, I got a little junky thing going on with that. But I really make this personal pledge that I'm just going to not have a to-go cup, even if it's compostable. You know what I mean? That's really stupid and simple, but it's as stupid and simple as that. And every single decision is just as stupid and simple as that. And so, it reduces my anxiety to do that. So I'm not asking you to do anything but to connect with the fact that there really isn't waste. And every time our concepts create it, it creates this deep-seated anxiety in us, and it's very vague. We can't put a figure on it. Whether the waste is coming out of our tailpipe, or if the waste is coming out of our home or our office, or whatever it is, there's a deep-seated anxiety. And we have connected with that anxiety, and now we've connected with the emptiness of not having that anxiety, and we're just asking for your love and support. And so drink all that fabulous beer, which I wished I didn't have a weed allergy. And then at that moment when you hold something in your hand and you're no longer in favor of keeping it, then it's a discard, and make a choice. Make a choice when you buy it, make a choice when you put it down. Thank you.
Thank you very much.